Hello, Gen Z. Welcome back to your favorite podcast with the two
Yo!
Jews, One Society, with your favorite millennial, NK.
Oh my God! You just have to
And
see
my
favorite
my
millennial.
younglings.
You just have to
my
see
younglings,
that.
the Gen Zs.
Is yours, mate?
So, today we have a very, very lovely guest. One
Yeah,
of our
our
close friends.
OGs. Yeah,
Yeah. Please, can you introduce yourself, young sir?
young Gen Z.
Hey,
Hello,
yeah.
so my name is Levi, and it's a pleasure to be here, really.
It's a pleasure you beg us. Which one?
How about now?
It's a pleasure to be here. Baba, you begged us. We're giving you a platform.
Enjoy.
Well, we invited Levi especially because Levi has some stories to tell us.
Yeah, true.
So, I think today we're talking about conflicts.
Yeah.
Talking about why y'all be struggling in relationships. Why
you're
don't
wrong.
communicate a lot of things. So, would you rather talk it out or would you walk away? Let's find out on this episode. That's a
Yeah.
question for you. Please answer in the comment section.
Yeah.
So, first of all, Mitchell.
Would I rather? Are you asking me? Would I rather?
Yes, would you rather talk it out?
I like
or
running,
walk away? So you just walk away?
I like zoning out.
Yeah.
I swear, I love to zone out because for me, if I zone out, I just feel comfort. So I just run. Also, Mr. Levin,
Our honored
our
guest.
Gen Z.
Our honored guest.
Well, I feel like, personally, it's been a rather logical approach to calling out somebody if they've like done something. And based on how I see things, I tend to rather take my time to process. And
Sure.
if I don't deem it fit to let you know, I won't tell you. But I'll be fine regardless. Except if maybe you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, then I can politely tell you. So yeah, but that's just it though.
Yeah, true. But Enki, you
You
didn't answer this
serious,
question.
though?
Enki, you said you know who answered this question. Would you rather work it out? Me, I know your answer. Or you run?
Let's see. Would I rather
Work it out or
walk
you
it
run?
out or like run?
I still know what he will say.
Well, the way I have been structured before,
Yeah.
I think I just generally like avoiding conflicts. Generally,
True.
I like avoiding stress.
I can
So if
testify.
I feel like maybe trying to bring it up will just cause, I'll just act like nothing happened and just leave it. But I think generally with my getting to understand relationships better, I feel it's always better for you to actually talk things out, because you know that thing where you're being silent and not really saying anything about what's happening in the relationship, it can cause for resentment. Over time, you begin to resent your partner. Maybe the little things that really may not really make sense, but as you're gathering them little by little, storing them over and over, like you just start to despise your partner.
True.
Yeah. So I think with my newfound understanding, I'll try to talk it out. But if I see that you're not
Yeah, you just run
being
away.
receptive,
He likes
I'll
to
run
run.
away. I'll drop you.
Yeah, if you can't change the girl,
Yeah.
you change the girl now.
You're
That's
giving
it
some
now,
Playboy
like,
here. This is not why
no.
you're here.
No, this is not Playboy now. That's real talk.
That's just fact,
That's real talk.
If you don't what?
If you can't change the girl,
then you change
in fact,
the
if you
girl.
can't change the person, then you change the person.
Girls will come for you guys. So let's just go. Let's just leave that one. So now we're talking about the small fight. Levi, do you know any small fight that cause big wahala?
Well, let's say
Like the small fight in the relationship.
I've been in a couple of these contexts before, in one now even, and yeah, small fights. It's always there. It just depends on how you handle it. Even there's something that could be small for somebody now
That would be big for the
that would
other
be big
person.
for another person. Like I don't know. I just feel like small fights are there. You get it. It just depends on how you carry yourself, how you tend to address the issues. If you are addressing something like, let's say, you call your partner out on something, and then your partner sees their fault, even if it's a big problem, like it could be a big problem to you,
Yeah.
and maybe your partner says it that, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't even know I did this. Then you've called that one out, like you've settled that issue.
True.
But if you call your partner out and your partner is just like, wait till this one way they talk now. I do that. So what do you want? You get that kind of thing. So from that little thing that, okay, maybe your partner left you on red or something, just based on how it is these days. It's a social media form of communication in that sense. It's not like we are always together. We are distant places. So yeah, if you're able to like handle yourself properly in handling issues with your partner in terms of compatibility and adaptability, that's it. But there are always problems.
There will always be small fight.
Always be there, regardless.
Like, do you have any small fights?
So I don't really have any small fights per se, but what he said, like the little things, like maybe leaving somebody on red, or sometimes it's not on purpose. Though. Just know that it's not on purpose. Sometimes maybe you have something to do.
True.
You saw the message. Your mom called you.
I was pounding here.
You left. Like a lot of things that can happen. Maybe you are doing something and then mom just suddenly calls you like, oh, can you go here and get this thing for me? I don't drop my phone at home and I go out. I go and do whatever extra something to do. So you now coming and then getting angry. And you won't tell me anything. But you may be pissed. I left you for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe sometimes 3, 7. So just imagine actually come back now. And then imagine I come back now and I maybe let's say my phone died.
True.
I put my phone back on. I'm someone that, to an extent, I'm not busy, but at the same time, somewhat, my phone is a little bit busy. So imagine I come back now, your chat may have gone down.
True.
So I might not even know if I left it on read. I just come and just reply once I see.
True.
And then I
And maybe because you're just having.
Are you talking about your partner now?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
That's what
I'm talking
just go
about.
down.
But I think for your partner, I think you should be more intentional about. That's one thing I feel I've not really like worked on yet.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, but personally, see, be more intentional about your partner. If you can even pin their chat so that at least you see.
Baba said the chat will go down. That numerous
But then there's also this context where maybe when you get back from maybe where you were going, or before you even do that, you could like communicate to your partner that okay, they've summoned me, or in that sense, or they've called me.
My mother just shout my name.
Yeah.
How do I know?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it must not be when you are about to leave. Maybe when you come back and you say that, oh, you actually left this person already. You could just say, I'm back. I went to do this and stuff like that. Or my phone died during the process and everything for the delay, or even network, because there are times that Glow and MTN can be something else. There are a lot of things that could make you
send message for money.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
there are a lot of things that could make you
somebody about this true, sure.
not intentionally like ignore somebody, but the person will be feeling ignored. And the fact that you don't like tell them that this was what happened, they will not feel as though maybe you're doing this on purpose. So, and if it becomes a pattern, like let's say in school now, this whole network thing is a steady struggle. So if you don't always communicate to them that I'm struggling with this, and they'll feel like you're just leaving them there intentionally, or the context of maybe you're focusing your energy or your time with another person or something like that. So yeah.
Sure, for me, there are different types of rights. Some people, they will tell you, if you post another person, like your sister self, your baby don't know that it's your sister. She'll ask you, who is that? It's my grandma wife. So it's different relative and they will not know. And it's an issue of like phone password. Like if your babe know your password and you now change your password and she does not know, that one is another small fight. Because she'll be like, why did you change your password? You might just change your password maybe because of your junior brother or somebody your hotspot or something. But now she'll not use it like that. She'll feel like, oh, you're hiding something from her. That's why you're changing that password. All these small fights. Netflix betray yourself. Like you guys were supposed to watch a movie together. Then she tell you that, oh, let's watch the movie. Then you watch it with your bro. Ay, God. Now small fight with that though.
Well,
Levi, you look like somebody that have had this Netflix betrayal.
No. Netflix, no. It's not that. It's when you talked about maybe changing password and stuff like that. But it's not a password context. Yeah. There was this time, my babe they study me. Me, I know anything and everything I'm doing. Like it's not that she's studying me, but she pays attention to anything I do. Yeah. So there was this period where my snap score was increasing, like it was increasing, like. And
I know why girls say that thing is a red flag.
I don't keep streaks with anybody but her. She's the only person I keep streaks. So she was feeling maybe.
Wait, first, please go back again. You don't keep streaks with anybody.
Just her, yes. I ended my streaks last year. It's not about her.
God forbid.
God forbid. Anyways, so when she noticed that my snap score was increasing, like, I don't know if she figured how exactly to pass that message to me that it was disturbing her in that sense, or like she was bothered about the fact that my snap score is increasing, and she also related it to the fact that I'm always complaining about network. So how is you get that kind of thing? So like, it's just for me. There are many things that I would see based on the fact that I've seen all these things before, so I won't really stress myself. I won't really stress myself on these little things that could just be ignored. I only pay attention to like the big things that might bother me. Somebody's snap score increasing, it's not my problem because before me you were, and after me you will still be. So like your snap score increasing or just those things, maybe even there was a period my Bitmoji, bro, like one time because I cut my hair now, so I had to when I removed the full head, the afro that was on the Bitmoji to like the low cut, she said okay. So when after a while I changed it to the full afro, and then I took it back like to a growing afro. She was like, what's it with you? And I'm like,
I thought you were trying to impress somebody.
You get that kind of thing. So like, if your partner rather, the guy or the girl pays like detailed attention to the little things, I just feel like it's about you people meeting in the middle, you know. You tell them that, okay, this is how it is. And if you truly love that person, now it's not about control or manipulation, but like, there are just some things you have to make adjustments for just to suit your partner. That's how it is.
True. I agree. I like the fact you emphasize on that Snapchat Bitmoji. But why do we struggle? Why do we struggle?
She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart.
Oh.
Okay.
God forbid. Oh God. So why do we struggle, guys? Why do you think you guys will struggle?
Why do you guys struggle?
Yeah, like generally, like not guys.
Okay, why do like we all struggle in relationships, like conflict and stuff?
Yeah, that sounds our guess.
Living.
Why do we struggle?
Well, firstly, I'll go with digital communication because you cannot always be there to talk to your partner. And let's say attachment styles also, anxious attachment style, and then the avoidant type. If someone is anxious and maybe the person is texting you, you're replying, and all of a sudden maybe you stop. The person, this one that you're not replying me, is it that you're texting someone else or you're beginning to lose feelings? You know, all those little things, because let's say you've been on this whole smooth journey and then you have your first I remember when me and my girlfriend had our first argument. At that time we were not dating, but it was over something I found as minor, you get, but like the way it's developed into something that was a big issue in that sense it was surprising me. I feel like the first memory I have was one time she posted a friend on her story for her birthday now. Then I was not like, no offense though, but
she's not fine.
Calm down. I was not like, no offense though, but she looks like now that's my own girlfriend, looks younger than her own age. You get?
It's like, I don't understand, please go back.
In that sense, it's a compliment. You get? Looking
sound like what?
No, it does.
Yeah,
it does. Looking younger than your own age, it says that, okay, you could be, let's say, 25 now.
Yeah.
Or 30. And someone would, you look 22. Like, it's as if you're just, you know. But then, it's not even about looks, but the way you carry yourself. You could be looking 22 and be 30 and still have this whole mindset of a very mature person. And then you could be 18 and having the mind of, like, 25, 27, very mature in that sense.
I can be 20 and very stupid.
Are you not?
Okay, nice one.
And then also fear of confrontation, in the sense that, let's say your partner has done something now. You now sit to think, if I like call my partner out on this thing, how will he or she react? Will it be as though I'm trying to make a problem out of anything or everything or every chance that I get? Or should I just let it slide and just, you know, maybe when I'm very calm? Because that's what I prefer to do. I feel like I've tried to like model myself to the part where if I want to call you out, I'll try as much as possible not to call you out when I'm angry at you. You get? I'll try to do it in a very, very pleasant and funny way, in the sense that maybe we could just be on the car and be like, okay, you didn't remember you were supposed to do this thing, but you didn't even do it. You get that kind of thing. There's a way your partner will receive it, and then you could avoid that whole heat around that time.
True.
I like what Levi has said so far.
Yeah.
So I would like to build on a few points. You know, first of all, you have to give credit for who taught you about attachment styles.
Oh my god.
So, well, let's see. He said something about being angry, taking time to process your emotions. For someone like me now, I think I'm a little bit slow to process emotions. First instance,
You're just normally
first
slow.
instance, I ignore. Oh no, every other aspect of my life is fast. It's just when it comes to this whole emotional aspect, like first instance is shut down. So it's only if I want to like make it work. Maybe I'll now at some point it will come back and I'll be like, okay, let me actually reason this thing that this person did, this person said, and then I'll now be like, okay, this thing makes sense, and I'll now look for a good way to communicate it. Sometimes maybe it can come. I'm actually quite angry about something. You know, the Levi said that you have to take time to actually sit down. Give credit for who taught you that one too.
Oh my god. Are you Levi's mentor?
I'm a therapist too.
Oh my god.
Fall out.
Like, take our time, calm down, process your emotions.
True.
So that you don't have to come in a way like you're putting pressure on the other person. Those are the better ways. Those are better ways to communicate.
So is that why we struggle?
Yeah. So one of the reasons why we struggle is so most times, like, okay, as you said, people that are anxiously attached, they have a way of just coming at you straight up. They just pour it on you all at once. And most people who are anxiously attached, but they actually are attracted to people who are avoidant.
Yeah.
So most people that are avoidant now don't like pressure being put on them.
True.
So once you come out a partner and you're like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? It makes them shut down immediately. That's like their reflex action. They want to just shut out.
Coping mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. That's their coping mechanism.
True.
So they want to just shut out. So most times it has to come from the point of being soft. It has to come from a place of like putting them in a safe space
True.
for them to probably understand you better. Another reason why I feel we struggle could be past traumas.
Yeah.
Most times,
True.
Most times we maybe
From
our past
parents.
relationships.
From
Maybe
parents.
not even just parents. Now we'll get to parents. Parents
Sure.
can be a third one is on their
his
own.
own.
Yeah.
Be a whole podcast.
For real, man.
But maybe unresolved issues from your past relationship. Some people now carry scars from past relationship. Maybe your boyfriend was very, very ruthless. He didn't give a shit about you.
True.
And then you come to this new relationship. You're seeing, and then maybe in your past relationship now, but anytime you try to tell your boyfriend something that he was doing wrong, he became worse. Started becoming better. Now you're seeing a guy in your front who actually wants something good with you and wants to become better for you. But then, because you're so bent on that, it has kind of scarred your mind. You know the way when Moses delivered the Israelites from Egypt.
Preach on, pastor.
You know that the Israelites were no more in Egypt
True.
physically, but in their minds, there were still traps there. There was manna, there was bread, everything in there was provided. But why were the Israelites still crying out?
You're
Take
used
us
to
back
that
to
suffering,
Egypt.
yeah. They're used
Why
to
did you
suffering,
bring us to suffering?
Yeah.
Why did you bring us to this place? Because their mind was still
In
trapped in that place.
Egypt.
They said they were feeding them there. What were they feeding? So at the end of the day, there's a mental
True.
cage on a lot of people coming into new relationships. So these are the kind of things that cause conflict because you won't be able to express yourself properly because you still have these scars that this person will listen to me. In fact, even parents, sometimes parents neglect their children's emotions.
Yeah.
So coming into actual relationships now makes it hard. And then you're like, okay, if I tell this person this thing, it's not like as if they will listen to me. It's not like as if they will do it. So there's no use telling them.
True.
We see that thing of no use telling them. Neglecting constantly, as I said, creates for resentment. So that's what keeps on happening.
I like what you said, but most times because we Gen Z, we like soft life, so we struggle because of any small thing. I just want to go. Maybe by force to the relationship.
Yeah.
So because of that soft life
Flexibility.
mentality, and you can just in his head, he feels that he can just change. Like this small girl is just stressing me. So because we are used to soft life mentality, we don't stay. Like our parent now, maybe in their courtship, they had struggles, they had fight or something, but they stayed. But Gen Z, we struggle with conflict because of small thing. Why would you talk to me like that? Do you know me? And she has gone. So I just feel like that's why we actually struggle. This soft life mentality is the one affecting
And
us.
also, the thought of having options. There's something my my therapist told me.
Oh my
You know,
God!
it had
Don't
to
tell
do
me you're
it.
referring to AK.
It had to do with this
Please, can you
context
not mention the
of.
therapy?
It had to do with this context of your partner is giving you an 80 out of 100. Yeah,
And
and
you're finding
then
that
you're
20.
focusing on that 20 that you're
Oh.
not getting from your partner.
Okay, try.
And then you're now seeing that you're now seeing that 20.
You said don't
now,
quote.
I agree.
You don't quote.
now, mind you, yeah, the 80 is coming, like steadily is coming.
Yeah.
But there's something about that 20
20
that you're
that
just
just
looking for.
want.
And then someone just randomly, maybe someone that you might find attractive in that sense, is giving you that 20. So you tend to weigh it into balance, and you feel like you
True.
can explore more from that 20 because you're already used to this 80. Now, you know, when somebody's giving you 50K every week or every 2 weeks, you get used to it eventually. And then there's now somebody that will give you like
60.
let's just say 70 every 10 days. You think about it. Okay, there's 50K coming every 7 days, then there's 70 coming every 10 days. Now, the consistency is that you'll be sure of getting 70K 3 times a month, but you'll be sure of getting 50K 4 times a month. Yeah.
This is not about money, please.
It's not about money. Yeah?
Yeah, I know.
So if you eventually feel as though, okay, you can build on that 20 that you're not getting, you would regret. I'm speaking from experience. Yeah. I was in a context where this girl was doing literally everything she could for me.
I
now.
think you should reduce that 70 to 2 times a month.
Yeah.
You should make it like 70 every 14 days.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
So when I eventually like left that girl to another one, it was a lot because when the 20 that I got,
You're finding the 80.
I was looking for the 80 again now. You know, men,
True.
women, humans, we
Yeah,
always
generally.
want more. If somebody's giving you 100K today,
Human desires are insatiable.
exactly, you want more. For like, so we don't have limits to what we want.
Yeah,
It just
true.
depends on how you're able to control yourself. So if you feel as though you have this whole "I can replace you" context, it's not good because out there it's difficult,
The street is wild, bro.
very well.
True,
Yeah.
Sha. So, Levi, do you know various ways we can talk things out? Based on your experience, based on things you have seen, what's the various way you think we can just talk things out?
Well, if something happens instantly, let's say, let's just say you have one issue like that.
Yeah.
It could be anything. You could decide to bring it up. And then if you see that, okay, it's going south, you just tell your partner that, okay, I think this isn't the right time to have this conversation. But since we already have a foundation of what we are talking about, we could take time to like process.
Yeah.
It means you could basically not talk about it that day. It must not even be the next day, but like when you two feel like very comfortable in a position where, okay, your minds are settled to like rub things out, find faults, and then work on the faults. So I feel like that's one way to do it. And then another way, I would suggest that don't ghost your partner.
Ah, very true. No matter what.
If you ghost your partner, it will make them feel as though, so the moment they do something wrong, it's just clear that you won't be there to like tell them. You leave them to figure it all out. And you keep doing this thing, you won't know when your partner would eventually ghost you too. So two of you will just be on parallel grounds, not meeting at any point, and it's not making sense. That's not how to communicate. If you emphasize and explore on how two of you could resolve issues, and maybe you have a retrospective view on how we've tried talking about it this way, it didn't work. We've tried letting it slide. We brought it up later in the future, it didn't work. So you could just find a way that suits you both in that sense. So if you and your partner have different ways of resolving issues, you just have to understand each other. There is always room for, understanding the mind. Yeah.
Thank you. What do you feel about that? What are the various ways you can talk things out?
Let's see.
For
As
me,
I said, bro,
yeah,
you built on understanding your partner.
yeah.
So it's actually about, I can still build on that. It's all about understanding the partner and person you're with. That's what makes it easier for you to communicate. Because if we come and list a bunch of ways now,
Yeah.
that may not be what will work for you and your partner.
True.
So you understand your partner and then you learn how best you can communicate with that partner.
No, true.
Yes, that's just it.
For me, I would say listing more. The best way to communicate is to listen. Because if you listen to what the person has to say, sometimes some people just want to talk. Mostly like girls. I'm not saying like boys don't do that, but sometimes the girl just want to talk. Listen to her. Don't say anything. Don't add your opinion. Don't try to solve. Enki, you're telling me that men love to like provide solution normally. So they just want to provide that solution. So learn how to just listen and don't say a word. Just hear her out or hear him out. Yeah. So we're running out of time. So when do you think we should walk away?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Patterns.
Same pattern.
If you've called your partner out on the fact that he's doing this thing or she's doing that thing,
Yeah.
they might not actually know at that point in time
True.
that, okay, they've been doing this thing, but let's say you've called them out and you've already, and the time you're calling them out again, you've told them that this thing has actually become a pattern. I've noticed that you keep doing this thing. So now
They don't know.
no, truly, it depends.
I don't believe you.
Anyways,
You know what you're doing.
anyway, if you notice that they don't have any intentions to change, I don't have a problem if
Also,
you walk
run
away,
away.
disappear out of sight.
Why are you
'cause-
running? Run.
But yeah, and then also lack of efforts,
Yeah,
maybe
true.
it
It feels one-sided.
exactly.
Yeah.
But this whole thing about love language, I don't know, man. I don't know, because there are some certain people that love starts from the house, from the home you grow up in, and then
Tip.
if you don't have
Love from your house.
love from your house, I don't think you can show love to somebody. So that's why, if you notice, when I said if you cannot change the person, you change the person. That's it. If
True.
your love language is maybe one thing, and then that person you chose is not able to give you that one thing, and is lacking the effort to give you that. This thing that social media has really ruined a lot of relationships and friendships, because they will say if he wanted to or if she wanted to. Somebody can want to do something, but the person cannot do it because maybe the person does not have the resources to do these things.
Yeah,
Let's
that
say
moment.
you want to buy something for your partner on their birthday now. You want to, but you can't. Let's say because you do not have the
Sometimes they
resources.
don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even know what to do.
Exactly.
So sometimes you have to actually
Because
tell them that
you wouldn't want to buy something or get them something that maybe they already have for me, or they would not like, because there are things that you could buy for somebody that the person might not like. Let's say somebody
Intentional about your gifts. Yeah.
somebody that's not really into maybe jewelries or anything.
Goodbye and chin.
Although you fit talk to the person, say, okay, I got you this because I noticed maybe you don't have this. That's how you welcome the person into that. But yeah, you should walk away when efforts are not, being met in that sense.
these are our guests wise.
Yeah, I swear.
But na person teach am sha.
No,
I play.
Na person teach am.
I've been learning.
I'll just add to what you said. I would
Yeah.
say emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is very painful because you know that this partner, he knows what he's doing or she knows what she's doing. She's just constantly repeating it because giving you silent treatment, as you said before. Like, we're talking because you want to punish me, sort of. I've not talked to you for 10 days.
Yeah.
I've not talked to you for 1 week. And you're going through this, begging the boy, begging the girl, and she's just ignoring. Please run away. Because this will continue happening over and over and again. So when you have physical abuse, we didn't even
Yeah,
talk
I was
this
about
one.
to mention that. There is no
If
argument
you
on
slap
that. Run.
anybody,
Slap.
Be it a boy
I
or
mean,
a
I'll
girl.
say- I'll say
Yeah,
for
you
girls,
slap
so
for
girl, please just slap boy.
relationship. Run, oh. Run, oh.
Girl too, they slap boys.
Yes,
Yes,
so
if you see that your
Big
partner
boy,
is violent,
big
yeah,
girl. If you see your partner,
run
grace.
away. And please, I will emphasize on this boys' own because some people feel that boys don't get violated.
Actually, that's the thing.
Baba, did they deck some people slap? Did they deck some people slap for relationship? So once you see that this physical abuse is run away, and people will say cheating. Yeah, if you cheat, see, this cheating thing has 2 ways. Try to understand. I was talking to NK. NK was telling me that if his partner cheats, he will stay and he
Me, I
will
will stay,
understand. But
Waiting be.
NK knows what I'm saying.
You cannot
Lashing.
don't cheat because you were cheated on. I mean,
Lash her back.
no,
I'm just joking.
don't do that. Nah. Just
But would you stay if your partner cheats? Just breathe on.
my partner will not cheat on me.
They
It
play.
is better. No,
They
listen.
Yeah.
I won't say this in context of my partner now, but like, if somebody, there are reasons why someone would cheat on you.
Yeah.
if someone is not getting what they want from you, it's better they just tell you, break up with you, and then, move than
True.
cheating on you, like trying to whine you that, okay, I still deal. But
True.
them cheating on you just has indicated that they no deal.
Just
So
go.
that kind of thing. So just
Actually.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah, we have come to the end of this episode. But before we
Are
go,
we?
yeah,
I want to build on something again. I'm the Bob the builder.
Architect, are we?
it's
So,
always building on something at the last minute.
Of course. I want to talk more about the 80-20 principle that Levi mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
As the sole proprietor and teacher of such a sermon, I'm going to explain further. So, a lot of times when we meet a new person, a new partner, we see 100% in this partner.
Yeah.
So the love is still high, it's still sweet.
True.
Now, as we get into the relationship,
Some
we
things are
see
missing.
the partner for who the partner is, which is actually 80% of what we want in a partner. So you see that two people come together, they are not perfect. They come together and then we work on each other to make ourselves what we want of each other. And that's what makes for the oneness.
True.
So a lot of times, this 80% number, we get so used to it. And then we start looking out for the 20%.
And you never find that 20%.
Now, sometimes you may see somebody probably less attractive, but then the person is giving that 20% that you're looking for. Now, that 20% actually looks like 100. Now, the thing is that when you now get in with that person,
True.
maybe after leaving this person, you realize that the 20% that realize that the 100% was actually 20.
Yeah.
And you're now looking and you're seeing that my 80 is missing. That's what makes people actually miss their ex. That's what makes people want to go back to their ex. Because a lot of times we have this illusion that we'll find better outside. Especially when you found someone that actually ticks almost all your boxes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not this one like, okay, you're different, like for cruise. You found someone that you actually like, the person ticks almost all your boxes. And then you're like, maybe when you guys are having issues or having some conflicts and other stuff, you have this illusion in your head that, okay, there's always better outside. A lot of times, but they may be better. But let me tell you something. There's also another illusion that makes it look as if that your partner is better than every other person you're seeing.
True.
So even if you encounter someone that's actually better than your partner, the emotional connection you built with that other person has kind of a
effect
lock on your mind.
Yeah.
So it makes you still want to desire that other person.
True.
So that's just how it has been like designed, the system. So most times I feel like, we're still young, we're still learning, we're still growing.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
True.
But if you get into a relationship with somebody that ticks some of your boxes, instead of trying to be going out, coming back,
stay.
coming back, just try to make it work.
True.
I want something.
Tolerate.
What makes for a long-lasting relationship
It's tolerance.
is that you guys don't leave the relationship. You guys
True.
stay in the relationship all through. No matter
Patient.
what happens, no matter what is going down, just stay. That's what makes for a long-lasting relationship. So if you find someone that ticks so much of your boxes and like looks like what you want, then most times it's good to just sit there, enjoy the ride.
It's
You know,
not. It's
difficult.
not going. It's not going to be.
No, it's
Oh,
easy. Like me personally, I've always had this this idea of relationships are easy, of an easy relationship. If the partner is stressing me, I want to leave. So like that idea honestly hasn't worked out for me. Like I just feel like once I start seeing a little bit of stress, I get discomfort and I want to just opt out immediately. That's why I don't even do relationships. As you told me, I don't do relationships. I said it.
Yeah.
So like it's always hard for me to like say I want to get into a relationship. If I get into a relationship with you, it means someone I like you. Like I like you like really well. For me to actually get into a relationship with you.
yeah.
So
That's it.
and most times when I get into a relationship with you, I don't really see myself wanting to
Stay more.
Leave.
go out like that. Except as I said,
Oh God.
that was my past. That was my past. That was my past.
No, everybody get
The
past.
stress.
No,
Like,
everybody
once I
get
just
past.
see that
Everybody
was
get
stress,
past.
I want to
I
just opt out. But like now.
True.
So
I guess we have come to the end of this episode. So before we go, I'll just run through our fun fact. Do you know that couples that roast each other, like yab, as Nigerians would say, they last longer? And 90%
Yes,
of
now.
all
You guys are
couples'
chill.
argument is over small things. And you are more
Word.
likely to fight when you are hungry. So I'll end this with this. Eat before you fight. Sign out.